Hey guys, how you doing? We're back. Every time we come back, I literally can't believe we've got people waiting to talk with us. But we have. We've got Sarah O'Halloran. Hello to you. We've got Aoife D. Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah.
Happy St. Patrick's Day from inside with water.
Well, I'm toasting you with a cup of tea, Aoife D. So happy St. Patrick's Day. It's going to be one to remember, maybe for not all the right reasons, but we know the Irish spirit, and we know they would have been celebrating in it any way that they can. So whether or not you've been able to go to a celebration, I imagine most of you won't. But have fun, and am I allowed to say get drunk in your homes? But
well, what are you going to do on lockdown?
Responsible drinking, always. Yes. And we've also got Ariana over in Canada. Hey, Ariana. We've got Eric Jansen. Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day to you too. Gareth Bowen, who I think is in Wales. We've got Joanne here in London, actually. We've got Euroboy 4 over in Greece. We've got Oran. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you, Oran. Joanne Johnson in London. Thank you so much, Joanne, for coming back to us again. We've got Serdian Gavrilovich saying, hopes we're feeling well. Well, we hope you lot are feeling well. Maybe we'll talk about our days in a little bit. We've also got Emond. Hey, Emond. We've got James Lewis. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Before we go on, this isn't our usual live. This is about you watching anything that you want to talk about. Even if it's not Eurovision related, we don't care. If you're feeling happy, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling worried, if you're feeling anxious, if you want to talk about news, if you want to ask advice, we'll try and help you guys out. But this is your space to talk about whatever you want to. So if you do want to talk, Gareth Bowen's actually asking us a question already. It's a preview video this year. So we've got a Eurovision question.
So I guess like music video, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. You go
I
first,
mean, I
Jess.
guess Russia is quite kind of funky, quite out there, quite something. Greece is nice because it tells a story and it's like you're kind of watching a movie. Albania is not Albania. Bulgaria is very enchanting, kind of like a fairy tale. And I can't think of any more, actually.
I love Germany's video as well.
Oh, yeah.
I love the song and the video. Bulgaria as well is one that I would call out. I just think it's a beautiful video. For me, it's always a combination of the song and video together. You can have a great video, but a rubbish song. So Bulgaria is beautiful in both ways. For me, I'm trying to think.
So we have to talk about the Queen from Azerbaijan.
Oh, yes.
She looks drop dead gorgeously amazing in her video.
And we're all doing what is it?
I didn't see any of that in the video. I mean, I know it's kind of associated with like, walk like an Egyptian and all that. One video that I really like is Switzerland's video. I mean, obviously that song seems to be a favorite for a lot of people, but it really fits the mood, and there's a lot of really, maybe not striking imagery, but there's certain things that are evocative in that video, and it has me asking so many questions. So I think they've done a really good job. And then I'm trying to think of other ones, because it seems like we don't actually have as many music videos as you would expect.
Yeah.
It's mostly like performances from national selections. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the comments, maybe jog our memory a little bit, because I'm drawing a blank on some of them.
Yeah, also Czech Republic, I'm going to say, because that's just fun, like the party vibe and the colours in that video as well. So guys in the live, if you want to talk about Eurovision, let us know your favourite preview video. Gareth Bowen is asking. So many more of you joining us now. So let's say hello to, we've got Jake Mason. Hey, Jake. You got the timing wrong yesterday. Well, we're going to be here same time every evening. So whenever you're free, come back and join us. We'd love to see you. Hey, the voice react. What's the crack? It was St. Patrick's Day. So if you feel like celebrating, we'll celebrate St. Patrick's Day today. We've got Rye Bailey. Your holiday was cancelled today and you got a refund.
That's good.
Yeah.
We know
Are
lots
you
of
got a
people.
refund? I mean,
Well, lots of people have been worried about getting refunds at the moment and kind of waiting for cancellations. We have heard that some companies, hotels, airlines, still giving refunds on non-refundable tickets. So it's always worth contacting your airline or any hotels, any accommodation that you've got. Some Airbnb hosts, even if you've got a uncancelable room, might still be happy due to the current situation not to follow the cancellation policy. So if you're worried about that, contact whoever you're staying with, whoever you're traveling with, and get advice on what they're offering during this time, because we have heard of people getting refunds even if they've got non-refundable tickets. Where were you going, Rye Bailey, on your holiday, just out of interest? We've got ESE Polly in the house. Hey, Polly. We've got JS in the Netherlands. Oran, I think I've said hello to you. We've got ESE Manga in Turkey. We've got Rach Zenu in Israel. Shalom, Rach.
Hey.
Thank you so much for joining us. How is the situation over in Israel? It's really difficult for us to catch up with the news from every country, isn't it, guys, at the moment? Because it's so fluid. You're literally getting news bits all the time. We've got Ifukanan in New York. You're telling us you've got 814 confirmed cases in New York City. One thing to remember, if that's worrying you, is lots of people will have already recovered from COVID-19 if they've contracted it, and that there are measures in place now to social distance people from one another. The government of every country is doing what they think is best to help prevent this. Stuart, what's it like over in Canada?
Well, so we certainly have some cases. I'm hesitant to say that things are going well because obviously, it's not really going well anywhere, and we have had our share of deaths. But we were one of the cities back in 2003 that was really well. When I say the cities, I mean Toronto and certainly other parts of the country as well. Back in 2003 with the SARS pandemic, we were pretty heavily impacted by that. So we're somewhat more prepared, and considering how things have gone in other countries, it has been a little bit more controlled, but more and more as the days go on, we're hearing our government officials giving stricter restrictions on things. People are being told to work from home or being dismissed from work, all in all. So it's a challenging situation. Everybody is experiencing the same challenges that lots of people in the world are. But I think that for the most part, the message of stay home and limit the social interaction as much as you can, I think that message is being understood for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, there's other routes to making sure that you stay socially connected with people, like social media, as long as you're using it in the right way, and you're not using it to read all these scaremongering stories or conspiracy theories, because they're not always good for your mental health. So maybe set up some chat groups on Facebook with your friends where you can chat via private message or even WhatsApp group. So if you are feeling anxious, it shields you from some of the stuff that you might see on Facebook. But we have heard that Facebook and Twitter are doing a lot to try and reduce the amount of these kind of fake news stories or conspiracy type articles appearing on those platforms, which is fantastic. But let me just have a look. Sorry, I'm just having a look. Aoife D, yes, you celebrated with a olive Corona with a slice of lemon celebration. That's what we like to hear. JS, you're really tired. You're thinking everything is so surreal. Guys, it is a bit like living in a movie.
Yeah. It's just kind of something that you never expected to happen is happening, and you're actually living it. And it's like you're going to the supermarket and all the shelves are empty. You're walking along the high street and it's virtually deserted. And it's a very weird feeling, I have to admit.
I think that especially because of the actions that are being taken and the advice that's been given to people, I think a lot of people do see that and it does feel like something that's out of a movie. But I think that it's also important to remember that these actions are being put to lessen the impact, and as they say, to what did they say again? To lower the curve, to limit the curve. What's the expression?
It's to lower the peak, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Well,
the peak's not so high; it's to flatten it.
To flatten the curve. That's what it is. Thank you. But yeah, so that's why a lot of this is happening, and I think that for some people, the precautionary measures might look to them as thinking like things must be really bad right now. But it's just a matter of putting that in perspective and realizing that there's a reason for all of this. And if we adhere to this advice, then it will be a lot better for all of us.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about living in a movie is all the rubbish stuff generally happens in the middle of the movie. Then at the end, things get better. So you just need to think, guys, that it's not always going to be like this. It's going to be rubbish. You know, we can't deny that. It's going to be difficult staying at home if that's what's imposed on you. It's going to be difficult not having daily contact with people that you'd normally see in person. It's going to be difficult if your work is affected or your livelihood. But you know, it sounds cliche and a bit corny, but we are all in this together, and we're going to be here for you every night to talk to if you want to. Although I'm sure you're all going to get really bored of us soon, but we have said we'll be here every night at the same time. But we will have some different people joining us as well. So let's just say hello to Francesco. Ciao, Francesco. We've got Antti Suomalainen, who that sounds like a very Finnish name. You're saying Finland won't qualify. What do you think of Finland's song, guys?
I like it, but I don't love it. I don't think it was the best song they had in their national final, but I do think he gave one of the best performances of the night. So I can understand how he won. Mm-hmm. But as for Eurovision, I think he will struggle to qualify just because of the level of competition he has.
I think that it's not necessarily a sure non-qualifier. I think that he performs it quite well. I'm remembering in your video, Andy, when you reacted to it, you said that he was kind of like inside himself, and I think that that's probably the thing that he might need to work on, just having a bit more stage presence. But I mean, like vocally it was really good. Staging was great. I noticed that right away when they released the snippets before the show, when they were doing rehearsals. And I mean, it grew on me quite a bit, to the point where I actually I put it in my library before the show actually happened, thinking that it wasn't going to get selected in the end, but then it did, and now I'm really happy to see it, to see how it's going to do. I mean, if it did advance to the final, I would have some doubts as to whether or not it would have a really good placing, but I wouldn't call it a dead song. I think that there's certainly the opportunity. I think that I heard somebody say that moms are going to love this song, and I think that could be right as well. So I'm a fan of Axel and his song.
Yeah, I think Axel's great. I think just to pick up on what you said about him being into himself, sometimes that can really work for a song. Sometimes it doesn't, and I think for his song, he will need to connect with people a little bit more and work on the performance. Maybe a song like Victoria's song from Bulgaria, she can risk being very into herself when she's performing because of the song. So, you know, I don't wish bad luck on any nation. I think if it does qualify, it will be in the lower half of the top 10. I don't think it's going to be one that will obviously go through. But you know, I think Axel's great, and what a voice he's got as well. Emily Freeman, thank you so much for coming back, Emily. You finished your uni before it closes. It's in a kennel, very much affected since nobody is travelling. Also, do you work with animals, Emily? Is that your university? We've got ESC Laura. You're worried Eurovision is going to be delayed until 2021. What do we hope or think? I jump in first with this and just say I hope whatever decision is made, and I'm certain that whatever decision is made is based on keeping people safe. So
Yeah.
I think it's unlikely that that will be the decision, but if it is, there will be a very, very good reason behind it being made. As a Eurovision fan, it will be sad for us not to have a Eurovision this year.
Yeah.
So I do think it's unlikely. But you know, times like this, you have to put other things first. And on the grand scale of things, while we're huge Eurovision fans, our safety is up here, and Eurovision will be further down the list. But Jess, what were you saying?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said. And personally, you know, like my thoughts on it is that I don't think it is going to be cancelled. I think it will either be shown in a different kind of way, in a different format, or it will be postponed maybe till the summer. But that's just what I think will happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have to agree with you. Like, it's hard for me to envision the fact that so much work has been done up to this point, and for all of that to just get like rejected all out, and then we're just going to come back to this next year because it's been money invested by the broadcasters. It's been a tremendous amount of time, and we've already gone through all the selections. So for that to just disappear, it's hard for me to see that. So I would think that it would either be delayed or just done in a different way, whether it's like a remote production where every broadcaster arranges for something. And if that's the case, I think that could actually be a really great opportunity to see some creativity because maybe one broadcaster might choose to have their live performance outside, and rather than depending on the typical stage that you would need, they might decide to do things in a completely different way. So that could be really cool. But yeah, it would be such a tragedy to see these songs not be able to compete. And I think that if let's say that actually did happen, I feel like the fans, considering how connected the fans are, they would probably organize something for them to compete anyway.
Has someone got a cat?
Yeah, it's me. This happens all the time. He'll either stay there or go away at some point.
I thought Jess was crying for a minute.
Did your cat want to join in the live video as like an honorary member?
He would only stick around for a little bit, and then I
can actually translate Canadian cat language.
Oh, you can? Oh, that's good because I never bothered to learn.
Something like you talk stupidness. Let me come on screen. I'll tell them what I really think. Something along those lines. But anyway, sorry for interrupting you. It's just the cat was.
No, that was all I had to say. Like, I really think that the fans would probably do something because there are fan contests that happen all the time. So I feel like the fans would probably make it happen on their behalf. It obviously wouldn't be the same thing as seeing the songs performed live, but there is going to be some form of this happening. I guarantee you.
Yeah, we do. There will be. I agree with you. There will be something. It won't be what I think we can safely say. It won't be what any of us are expecting this year. So maybe let's start getting used to the fact that we're not going to be seeing a normal contest. And regardless, we have the Eurovision community. We've all made so many friends. So many comments in the live chat that I apologise to everyone now because I struggle to do this and keep up. So I'm just going to quickly go through some of the comments and some of the hellos. So we have got ESC Rosmich. You're telling us your top 5 at the moment: Lithuania, Malta, Switzerland. That's only 3. So let us know who your other 2 are. Rach Zenu in Israel wants to know, do we have any definite qualifiers in mind for the semi-finals?
Definite qualifiers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Israel.
Yeah.
Oh, go on. Azerbaijan.
Russia.
Iceland. Lithuania.
Sweden. Bulgaria. Romania. Definite qualifiers. Maybe Belgium, maybe?
Belgium.
Or Switzerland. No, Malta would be on the list. Yeah. How many do we have?
That's 10.
I wasn't counting.
10 good ones.
Yeah.
What would I do?
I'm going to be boring and say that. Well, okay, so I'll say Bulgaria. I don't know. I want to say almost no one's safe this year. I feel like this is going to be a year where formulas that used to work won't. And we're going to see some changes. Like, I think this is going to be a pivotal year for Eurovision. So I feel kind of like no one is safe. But I mean, I don't know. I also just want to see the rehearsals actually happen so that like, take things one step at a time. But yeah, so sorry, my answer is kind of boring.
Your cat sounds like he's trying to say something. Like your cat was saying, "Amarino." Hey, Jerry Channel, thank you so much for joining. Auntie, you're saying Estonia's very, I love Estonia's song, but lots of people seem to be bashing on Estonia. James Lewis is saying, yes, the UK has a good preview video, actually.
Yes,
it does.
How could I forget?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and this is the first St. Patrick's Day that you've been sober in about 3 years. Oh, and Alethea, hello to you. Greetings to you in the Netherlands, Alethea. And your kiss as always. Ariana, you're saying, oh yes, the Netherlands video as well. I like that one. Latvia is a good concept video. So there are a lot of good videos actually.
Yeah.
This year. JS, you're saying the Netherlands video as well. Serjan wants to know, do we plan on inviting some other Eurovision stars to be in our lives, like Vasil yesterday? So let's say thank you to Vasil for joining us. And of course, if anyone wants to join us, they're more than welcome. Vasil saw our post and he said, get me involved, guys. I want to do this with you. So we have to, a big shout out to him. Amazing guy and deserves your vote at Eurovision in May. Sir Deanne, I've just spoken to you. We've got Cypher Fox in the live. Hey, Cypher. We've got Stein wants to know, is Stuart single? Asking for.
I'm going to pass on that question.
Ooh. Emily Freeman, you've, I think you were telling us that you were working with animals somewhere. I'll come back to that comment. Auntie, you're saying you have coronavirus, so I don't know if you've been diagnosed, but make sure you follow all the advice that you're given in terms of self-isolation, and we wish you a very, very speedy recovery. Jake, Clara's busy tonight, so it will be different people in the lives. It is a big commitment for us to do this every night as well, so some of us might not be free every evening, so you have to get used to seeing our ugly faces every so often, but not Jess, because she's stunning.
Of course.
Eric Jansen, you were you're saying you had a huge round of applause for people in the Netherlands, for the people who are running the country in the bizarre times. I would not want to be a world leader right now.
Me neither.
Yeah, it's probably the least wanted job in the world. And let's shout out to our health services in every country as well, because people on the front line of this, doctors, nurses, healthcare people are doing an amazing job. We've seen images, people in Italy literally working around the clock, which is amazing. Euro Boy 4, do we think Eurovision will be cancelled or postponed? My personal view, I think it will be postponed rather than cancelled. Guys?
Me too.
I'm hoping that it will not be postponed, but it will still happen. That's what I'm hoping.
Jay Santos. So Jay Santos is one of the people we were just talking about. You are a doctor. Thank you very much. Grateful for our videos, and good for people at home in sick or in quarantine. We're literally doing nothing compared to what people like you are doing on the front line, Jay Santos. So thank you. Everyone in the live chat has to thank Jay Santos. We've got Christopher in the live chat. Alethea, we said hello. We've got somewhere in Europe. Hey, Nikki.
Hey.
Oh, we've got a happy birthday. Are you ready, guys?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nikki. Happy birthday to you.
I got him
Remember,
because
guys,
of how
wash
out
your
of sync
hands
it
to
was.
2 happy birthdays. Nikki, thank you for joining us on your birthday. We hope you've had a lovely day and been able to talk to all your friends. It must be amazing to be 21 again. So we hope you enjoy yourself. Tom Stevenson, you've done a Twitter detox for Lent. Might be a good time to do a Twitter detox if you don't like seeing a lot of the posts about coronavirus on Twitter. Isi Manga, your top 3: Azerbaijan, Bulgaria, and Serbia. Love them all. Cypher Fox, let us know where you are, Cypher Fox. You're saying in your city you can only go shopping at certain times. Elderly get their own specific time to shop. Now, I saw this yesterday. I heard about this, and I've got a mother who is in the high risk group, and I'm worried about her getting her shopping. And I think whoever came up with this idea deserves a medal, because so many of us worried about older people not having access or being able to travel shops, and the fact that they're now opening shops for like 1 hour, 2 hours just for the vulnerable people, I think is amazing. So hopefully we're going to see that rolled out everywhere across all countries, because it is so important. And guys, if you know of someone older or who has who is vulnerable, please make sure you send them an email, put them a telephone call, check that they're all right, and if they need anything, because if we need to look after our older people at any time, we really need to do it now. ESC Rosmich asking if we're going to invite more people to our lives. We would love to. ESC Matt Gaga, hello to you. Let's have a look. James Lewis, I think we said hello to you. Stuart's not answering questions about whether he's single or not. Somewhere in Europe. Glad you've had a great birthday, and you're self-isolating, Nikki. So we're going to be here every night. So if you're feeling, I don't know if you live alone, but if you do, come back and join us for these live videos. Brian, you don't think Finland is going to qualify? ESC Rosmich, yes, we will be inviting more people. Let's have a look. Emily Freeman, if the UK goes into lockdown, your work is a huge question. You work in Poundland, one of the cheapest ways that some people can get their essentials. Only store that had loo roll over the weekend. Ooh. Okay, well, I hope your job isn't affected. If we're thinking realistically, I'm sure that some stores will close down or be forced to close down. So prepare for it just in case. So hopefully it won't come as a shock to you if it does happen. And I know the government in the UK is introducing measures around sick pay and what pay people will be entitled to if they have to self-isolate. So I don't know your individual situation, but always seek advice from your employer. And if you have any questions, ask them. Because if you don't ask them, sometimes you won't find out. So make sure you do speak to your employer about different scenarios. Eric Jansen, our favourite lyric of any Eurovision song.
Ooh, I'd have to think about that one.
Do you know, I actually really like the lyric in Mira's song that goes,
in whose
says something like gay or straight or in between. I just think it's quite nice.
Which song is that?
In Azerbaijan song this year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. In the
I just said Cleopatra. By the way, I'm sure there are people in the video doing like this move. No, when they're near the car and they're all walking.
Are you sure you haven't just invented an Andy move, or
might have done?
Any
guys in the live chat, is there some weird dancing in Azerbaijan?
There's dancing. I mean, it's an upbeat song. It's just whenever you do this, I think of "Walk Like an Egyptian" by the Bangles.
It's like, I don't know. I mean, guys, one of my strongest talents is my dancing.
Of course.
So, wow. Tom Stevenson, Stuart, yes, read the mum comment. I can't remember what the mum. I'm sure that had to do with Axel.
Yeah. I was saying that he's probably going to bring in the mum votes.
Hey, Olympic Song Contest. Oh, Karen, you're back from food shopping. How did you get on it? Were the shelves full? Did you manage to get everything that you need? We've got Denise NL, who I think is in the Netherlands. Great to have you back. Emily Freeman, you're telling us you're doing animal behavior. Wow, that sounds really interesting. animal behaviour.
Interesting.
I'd love to hear more about that, Emily. So do let us know. It does sound like a really interesting. I'm sorry, I'm really going through these comments. Rach Zenu, you're saying that Israel will be under quarantine for 2 weeks. Health Ministry on Monday reported total number of people with corona, currently 298 people. So just make sure you follow advice, and everyone you know is following the advice, and look out for the older generation as well. TG, thank you for joining our videos. We hope you guys find them useful. Like we said, it's not just to talk about Eurovision, so you can talk about how you're feeling, any anxieties you have, any worries or anything. We're very open, and we will talk about whatever is on your mind, because it's very important for us to do that right now. Euroboy 4, you're saying you wish Eurovision would be postponed until summer or early September. I'm hoping the same, actually. Cameron Sinclair, hello, thank you for joining us again. I remember seeing you in some of our other videos. Gareth Bowen, who remembers 1977? None of us, I don't think.
Well, I wasn't alive, and I haven't seen it since then, so except for the winning song and the UK song.
Guys, if I'm missing out your comments, I'm so sorry. It's so busy in the live chat that I'm trying to keep up with as many as I can. We've got Sander Vevey. Thank you so much, Sander. Mate, we're here same time every night, so do come back and join us whenever you feel like it. We've got CR7. Do we think Poland will qualify to the final?
I'd like to see Alicia in the final. I think she's got a really standout song. I mean, some people compare it to Belgium's song this year, and I see that comparison at least. But I quite like her voice. I think certainly she's probably going to be more of a jury favorite than televote. But I mean, of course, then also thinking about the Polish diaspora. And I've heard people lately say that Poland tends to not do well with the juries regardless, which I can't really see the reason for that. But I don't know. I think that it would be a deserved qualifier.
Yeah, I think Poland will be borderline qualifier. Either they'll just make it or they'll just miss out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Alicia's vocals crazy, and I didn't know until after I'd seen her performance that she's only 17 years old, so I think that makes it even more special. And the song, it's not a winning song, but I think it has a chance to qualify based on her and based on the staging, because a lot of there's parts of that song that are really very epic. If they get the staging right to fit around those parts of the song, and maybe do something different with the staging, I think it would have a good chance, because it's a good song. There you go, CR7. That's what we think, and we want to. But either way, we're looking forward to coming back to Poland for Junior Eurovision and hopefully meeting up with you finally, CR7. Jason Santos, no, thank you, Jay Santos. You're a doctor. You're amazing. We've got Peter R in the house is saying, hey, Oran. Let's have a look. Olympic, hello to you. Cypher Fox, you're in Texas, San Antonio in Texas. I've never been to Texas before.
Me neither.
Maybe not the time to go now, but somewhere that I would love to go and see in the future. Let us know how you are over there in Texas, Cypher Fox. We've got Tacom One. What is our favourite song now?
Mine is France.
Oh, France, of course.
Mine is Australia.
What did you think I was going to say?
Azerbaijan.
I mean, my mind's changing all the time, so that could happen eventually. But if you ask me every day in the live video, you'll probably get a different answer every day. So,
okay.
But today's France.
Mine is firmly Australia, and it has been ever since it was selected.
Yeah, you love that song, Stu. I remember when it was in the national final, and you were telling us then that you really loved it.
Well, there's so much that I appreciate, like aside from the song, because I think the song itself is really great, and it has kind of different layers of it, where the vocal is quite fast. It's delivered in a fast way, but the percussion is slow, and so I just feel like there's a lot of dynamics in the music. But then visually, I was so excited when I saw that they were going to do a single take, because that hasn't been. I think that's only been tried once at Eurovision with the Netherlands in 2015, and like it was decent. It could have been a lot better though, and I think that they really did a good job with it. And I know that certain people, like, it wasn't for everything. Again, like I think this is going to be a pivotal year, and I'm not sure whether or not it will qualify. But it stands out, and like I feel it too. I think that lyrically, it's one of my favorite songs from this year. Actually, when we're talking about lyrics, I would say that probably my favorite line from that is. Every time that I try to explain it, you think that your pain is more important. And then she says something, every time I try to give you up, I can't, because I love you, I love you, I love you, and that kind of thing. It's a good song.
There you go. It's not my favorite. I'll be honest about that. And in terms of lyrics, I'm really rubbish at remembering lyrics. So I think it was. I can't remember who asked that question, but I'm going to listen to some Eurovision songs and keep a keener ear out for some lyrics. If I hear one, I'll come back and tell you guys another time. Casper, you're saying you're positive that the virus will be gone. I may, if China have beaten it, Europe can too. Yes, we can beat this, and we will. We've also got Albert Covers wants to know, what do you think about Norway? Stuart, this is another one that you like, right?
I do like it, yeah. Again, though, I think that this is kind of a safe choice, and I'm definitely expecting it to qualify. But I know that for a lot of people, this is like their absolute favorite of the year. So it's performed excellently. I think that if for whatever reason the televote points are there, the jury points will, or at least should, get it to the final. But yeah, I mean, it's very well written. Yeah, I do really like the song.
I mean, I have to say it's not one of my favorites, and there are other songs from MGP that I would have preferred.
What song are we talking about?
So I would have preferred either Rain Alexander or Kristin, who almost won. But yeah, fantastic singer anyway, though. Fantastic stage presence, so much power and emotion in her voice. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Norway. I didn't know what song we're talking about for a second, because I was
Attention,
trying to read
Norika.
I need to pay some attention, I think. I really like it. I'll be honest, it's not one. I always measure my likes by the amount of times I listen to a song, or I get an urge to listen to a song. So I remember when I watched it, I was like, wow, this girl's voice. I liked. I need to remind myself, it kind of builds, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, totally.
And then at the end, she comes up with these big, like, bolting notes. More than anything, I love her because she's so much fun. Stuart did an interview with her for MGP, so you have to check that out. She just seems like the type of personality that you want in a Eurovision. She's enjoying it. She's going to have fun. She's doing all the work she can to promote herself and her song, and that's what we love. So I really, really hope that Norway qualify, and I'm pretty sure they will with that.
Will.
I think so too.
We've got Sander Vevey. You're in Amsterdam, so hello to you. I saw a nice comment by Olympic, and I've just lost it. It was something about people using toilet paper as a status symbol in the Balkans. Toilet paper. I've even seen people making toilet paper necklaces now, and
oh my goodness,
like earrings as like commemorative things. We've got Commentary Ram. Hello to you. Let us know where you're from. I think you might be Serbian. Guys, Serbia are sure as hell going to qualify, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Come on, dude.
No.
Look. I mean, like, it's not that I think that it's dead. Again, like, I don't see it. I think that because we see fan favorites flop all the time, and I mean, it happened with Chicolina. It could happen with this. I'm just saying. It's not bad. It's just I don't know if it's all the way there. I hope for the people who do like the song, I hope that they do get it in the final. We'll have to see.
But then just because you don't see it doesn't mean the rest of Europe won't see it.
No, exactly, and that's exactly why I'm saying I'm not saying that it definitely won't qualify, but I do see this as the makings of what has happened in the past with other songs that didn't do as well. That's all that I'm saying.
Yeah, can we get the cat back? Or... I love Serbia, but we'll see you another time, Stu. I'm only joking. Every time I hear Serbia Hurricane, I literally just want to move. Like it's like one of the songs that's made me move. Israel, Serbia, Latvia. Literally, I cannot watch it without having a little jig. Kostas. Let's talk about Cyprus actually, because we haven't spoken about Cyprus much. I don't think because we haven't had any questions about it. I think Cyprus is really slick. The only thing I have to say about Cyprus is I'm caught in between sitting there watching and wanting to dance because I feel like it's not quite got there for me to really let go. And I described it as a song you listen to on the way to the club rather than when you're in the club. So it's like it wants to be a huge banger, but it's not there. But the production and what they've done with his voice and his flaming T-shirt, I think are really slick and polished. So Cyprus may be a surprise on the night.
I agree with you, even though it's not a song that I like very much. I agree with everything you said.
I kind of go back and forth with that song because I like it. I really love club music and house music. The thing that I feel about it is that it takes a while for it to get really interesting, though, because I think that it's the kind of the last third when he's going for the high notes and when you hear like the strings come in, that's the part that I like the most, and I don't feel as engaged leading up to that point. So I wonder maybe if they're able to maintain the energy with the staging, then I think that will probably be the best way for it to qualify. But I'm glad that they're taking a risk because this is not the kind of song that we see brought to Eurovision all the time. And I know that Sandro is a really good performer and he's done these kind of shows before. So I think that it has the makings for a good place.
Yeah, and it's a quality song, and you find over the past few years people aren't always going for a show song anymore. They're going for a quality, well-produced song that would sound good on the radio rather than having a huge impact on the stage. So I think if they get the levels right with the beat and they make it a little bit more banger by the time it comes onto stage, but still keep it polished and slick, I think Cyprus could actually, I'm not saying it's going to get into top 10, but I think they could qualify through. Serdian, literally, why are you asking us possible questions to answer, Serdian?
Oh, are we going to try it?
If I had to pick one, I would pick Bulgaria.
Me too.
I can't. After Romania, I didn't think that I was going to have any songs that I liked better, but I do love the Netherlands, I do love Germany, and I do love Bulgaria, so they're in my top three. So Romania insanely isn't at the top of my ranking, whereas any other year it probably would be. I do love it, and it is going to do amazingly well for Romania at Eurovision. But if you if I had to choose one door, I would probably choose Bulgaria. Some people. It's funny, isn't it? Because when we heard Roxanne and Alcohol is Alcohol You, you weren't expecting. You were Alcohol is You. You weren't expecting to get another song that people would be able to compare it to. Then Bulgaria came along, and then everyone's like, "Oh, well, you have to choose between Romania and Bulgaria," And we really weren't expecting it with either of them. Some people saying like one will cancel out the other. I really hope not, because they both deserve top 5 places, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Kostas. I think North Macedonia is going to qualify. We love that song. I love his song. He's an amazing performer. He gave some hints away yesterday about some amazing staging ideas. So he's a man that knows what he's doing. and he's in control of what he's doing and the staging. So I say watch this space with North Macedonia. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, I mean, well, I've seen Vassal perform live, and I know that he's able to tear the roof off. So I really think that he has good chances. I know that the big question when it comes to North Macedonia is how is the staging going to look. But based on the things that he's told us yesterday, I think that there's lots to look forward to, and it's certainly like a quality entry with a quality performer, so it deserves to be in the final.
Yeah. I think one of the key things that he said is he's can be a bit of a control freak. So I don't think he's going to allow any staging that he doesn't agree with, and he doesn't think will look great on stage. So in terms of the song, it's definitely one of my favourites this year as well. I played it to a colleague. I'm going to shout out to Megan, who I drive to work every day. She lives around the corner. We work in the same building, and I give her a lift to work every day. And over the past few weeks, the poor girl has been made to listen to every new Eurovision release. And I'm gonna tell you which ones. Maybe we'll get Megan on one day to tell us what her favourites are, because she does have some favourites. I'll give you a little clue. One of them is in the Italian language. One of them is about has got alcohol in the title, and the other one she loves is North Macedonia. Actually,
nice.
It twice in a row because she liked it so much. So that's a non-Eurovision fan. Those are her favourites so far. She also loves the Netherlands and Bulgaria, by the way, guys.
Good taste.
In Friends as well, actually. She's probably got the best taste in Friends, I would say.
Oh, of course.
Francesco, fai rumore, Diodato. Love it.
Yeah, it's great. It's one of my favorite ballads of all the ones this year. I know obviously there are a lot to choose from. There's something that you don't really hear in the live version that you can in the studio version. This kind of like glittering synth sound, which to me adds an interesting layer to it, rather than it just being a guy belting out a song on a piano. But like I really like the meaning behind the song, and he performs it beautifully. So yeah, I really like it.
I mean,
don't say anything, Jess. I'm not even going to listen to you.
I mean, I'm sorry to kind of burst this, positive bubble, but it's not one of my favorite songs.
I'm sorry. That was cruel. I love you too. Love you. So, you know what I think of Italian music. It's always the country that I look forward to revealing their song every single year, and yeah, for me it's just beautiful. And I always worry when you get a song at Sanremo that has beautiful live orchestration, how it's going to come across on stage with a studio backing track. But Italy's never let me down yet in that respect. So I want it to sound just as magical without a live orchestra as it did in Sanremo. And just seeing people singing it on their balconies as well is literally magical. So I would be, Italy, in terms of the song, would be a very worthy winner, in my opinion. It's just beautiful. I saw someone saying, no, Oran thinks Italy is overrated. Olympic wants us to invite Sanya from Hurricane. Olympic, send her a message. Tell her what we're doing. We'd love to have her on here. We've met her before and she's a lot of fun. So Olympic, send her a message in Serbian to get in touch with us. Someone agrees with me. That rarely happens. Let's have a look. Casper as well. Yes, invite Sanya Vukic. Sorry. Guys, get in touch with her. Tell her about what we're doing, please. Send her a message. Tell her to get in touch. We would love to have her on.
But why not all three? Why not have all of them?
Ferdinand as well. Yes, send Sanya a message. We want her in our video. Astro Raf, you love Répondez-moi by John's Ears, I think. I'm learning how to say the name. It's John's.
John.
It's. I have to say that I think I got Switzerland wrong when I first heard it because I wasn't sure about the song for Eurovision. I actually think it's stunning. Stunning. I mean, I said it was stunning then. I think it's going to do well, and the odds are telling us that it's going to do really well.
If the odds are to be believed.
It's a very hauntingly beautiful song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's quality. I think that this is destined for a good place. I've also seen video of him performing live, so I think that he's got it. It's just, can they tie it all together is the question.
We've got Luches. You're saying North Macedonia deserves to qualify as well.
Yeah.
Mark W, have we got any more surprise guests lined up? We'd love some more guests. So get in touch with your favourite Eurovision artists. Tell them to get in touch with Eurovox. Tell them about what we're doing. We would love to have anyone that you can get to join us. That would be absolutely amazing. And like I said, you guys are going to get so bored with seeing our ugly faces every night. So please, if you in touch with any Eurovision artists, send them our way. We'd love to include them. We have to say, Vassal got in touch with us when he saw what we were doing, wanted to be involved. So hopefully we'll get some other people. Guys, I think we're going to have to wrap it up because my voice is starting to go dry. And we'll be back. To quickly say hello to Judith G and Marianne Landman and Astro Raff as well in the live chat, and Sergio Sagreiro. Have we listened to the revamp of Czech Republic? I haven't.
Nope.
I have.
Also, Petar Ristovski as well. Invite Damir from Croatia. Get in touch with them, guys. Let us know what we're doing. And Monique as well in the live chat. We haven't said hello to you yet. Dorina Fida, Fall from the Sky. So are you telling us that you like Albania's song? Also, I think that's everyone. So, guys, if we haven't said hello to you, I'm so sorry. Sometimes we miss the comments because there is so many. And some of us will be back tomorrow. If you're at home, you're bored, you're lonely, you're self-isolating, you're anxious, whatever, we hope we've done a little bit to try and help you tonight. If you are going through a hard time, make sure check out the mental health telephone numbers in your own country, or you can, we're not mental health professionals, so there is professional help out there if you're going through a hard time as well. Or if you want more information about anything that we've spoken about, you can always drop us a message on our social medias and we'll try and get back to you as soon as we can. Yes, why don't you sing us out? You haven't sung us out for a long time.
Oh,
just wave while
what
you
would
sing.
you like me to sing?
You better be quick because I'm waving.
Oh no. Time to say goodbye.
Here, guys, I'll cut her off now.